At Wamnyoro territory, things are progressing nicely. I say this because as for the 24 hours ago, Court of Appeal has given the Rigathi Gachagua impeachment case its first legal victory. Let me just read this tweet for you, just to put things into context. And I quote, breaking news. The Court of Appeal has allowed the appeal ruling that DCJ Philomena Mwilu erred in law when she appointed a 3-judge bench to hear Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua'S petition, a major moment in the corridors of law and justice in Kenya. Now, in this video, I want us to look into what this development mean, and with no further ado, let's get it right. Number one, because of DCJ Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu's obvious handball, we might see Rigathi Gachagua at the ballot box. Because all along, I've been saying we are going to see Kalonzo Musyoka going for president, JB Muturi somewhere in the mix as deputy, or maybe prime cabinet secretary. Because there is no way Mlima Kenya will vote for the coalition if they are not part of that coalition, considering that they bring bulk of the vote. But once Rignir gains his wings, there'll be no discussion about likes of JB Muturi, Martha Karua, and any other who will be from maybe Mountain Kenya. It will be him. And you know how he operates, ule machinery. So we're likely to, going to see a case, the deputizing up against the sitting president, whereby we see former VP Kalonzo Musyoka going for president, and former VP G going for deputy president once again, or for former DP Gachagua going for president, former VP Kalonzo going for the DP, vice versa. So I see the two working together if Rick G reclaims his wings, and that would be maybe, big plus for Kalonzo. Actually, it will be a big plus for Kalonzo because minus Rigathi Gachagua or Rick G, Kalonzo is nowhere in the discussion, because you've just seen Matiang'i amekuja in the mix, amevuruga. People are now singing Matiang'i. No one is supporting Kalonzo, by the way. But when Gachagua comes back to the fray, his claim to the throne will be like, look, I am former DP, the immediate former, so I have to be somewhere either number one or two. And as Gachagua is arguing along those lines, Kalonzo Musyoka will be using the same tactic to clinch to power. So moving along in as much as the Court of Appeal has given Gachagua favorable ruling, yenye najua Gachagua is going to win this. Believe it or not, Koome is the one to be empanel new bench to hear Rigath's matter. I'll give reason as following. The first round was very scary because it was the Deputy Chief Justice Mwilu who empaneled that legal bench of likes of Mrima and others. And that is the function of Chief Justice. But then inakuanga the function of Chief Justice, nothing else. And this happens, actually that time, Chief Justice was away out of country, and then she was not able to do that. But as we speak, things have changed. Martha Koome and entire Supreme Court might have a very soft heart towards Rick G. And there are 3 good reasons informing that change of stand. Reason number 1, the executive does not respect the judiciary because during judiciary's impeachment, there was a cyber attack on the judiciary website. I don't know whether you remember that. If you want to, it's like file appeal nowadays, mambo ni chap online, that is. So there was a deliberate attack on digital infrastructure of the judiciary so that the Gachagua could not file an appeal on time. So Justice, I was just listening to Justice Linaola explaining this in details. Let's just hear the clip.
Those of you who followed the Rigiji saga will remember that at some point the judiciary website, the online filing system went down. I want you to carry this question into 2027. Why did that online platform collapse? Why did the firewalls that we created before 2022 suddenly become vulnerable? And imagine what may happen in 2027. I will say no more, but think about it. 2007, after the Kriegler report on 2022 in the last election, we now know that technology has come to the fore. And we only touched and scratched the surface in 2017, but you know that 2022 was principally around the electoral process in the context of technology. And whereas in the Constitution, Article 86, which is now becoming the anchor of all presidential election petitions particularly, we must realize that in the use of technology by IEBC, the question remains, has that use of technology met the standards of integrity, verifiability, security, and transparency?
So it is pretty obvious the national government interfered so that the RIGI could not file appeal. And you've heard what Lenola has just said. Take that into account as you go into 2027. That is all about RIGI. Take it into account what has just been said as we go into 2027. Those are his words, Lenola's words, not mine. So second reason as why a Supreme Court might be looking into restoring Gachagua'S wings is the fact that Ruto tried to get the entire Supreme Court sent home. You see, when it comes to Supreme Court justices, most of them don't like speaking on political matters or anything like that. But Lenola is the one who is vocal on that court. So usually what he says corresponded on his colleagues' feelings and conversations they are having in the closed doors. Lenaola was giving a story saying, look, let's assume you guys succeed and manage to remove the entire Supreme Court. The Constitution says that even a judge has a right to appeal. So with the same removed Supreme Court will be appealing for themselves. And that was a good question that he posed. That aside, though, the fact that the national government, through Henchman, the former LCK president, and others were trying to get the people sent home, and they knew very well that in order for us to, kind of kurudisha mkono, you also have to go home. We may as well restore the clipped wings of Gachagua. Reason number 3 as why the Supreme Court may end up restoring Gachagua'S clipped wings is the fact that Ruto ordered the withdrawal of security of Martha Koome. So Martha Koome did press conference and complained about it. And what Murkomen had to say about that matter, you all remember, was very shocking. And alisema hii, the government has taken the security of Chief Justice of Kenya. They have promoted those officers, and because of their promotion, they have gone for training. Okay, well and good, but as you were promoting them, were you not, thinking? Were you not with Chief Justice at heart, thinking of the security or her security? Yeah, how wakienda training? Si kuna replacement, of course these people are recruited yearly, year in, year out. So after this going for training, wao kufikiria kwamba can replace these guys with other officers for her security purpose, Chief Justice security purpose, because Chief Justice is the president of the court and she needs, extreme or extraordinary security. So it was a very unfortunate incident. Now, judges, another thing is judges and lawyers are these people in let's say in legal profession, even in a paralegal profession, they call themselves learned friends. Jamaa, they have their own class. And then after that, breach of security or something, unakuja nawambia, you already compromised their security. Then unakuja nawambia what Murkomen just said. But then let's listen to this clip.
I saw the Chief Justice had complained yesterday about the promotion of police officers who are tied to her and subsequent movement to go for training. I think that this has also happened to me before, where I write many letters to you and say, oh, please promote this officer. They have worked with me for a long time. When they are promoted, unknown to me, they are supposed to go for training. Unfortunately, our Chief Justice went too public about this issue, and I want to assure you that I have excellent relationship with the Chief. I think I have a good relationship with the Chief Justice, unless on her side she has an issue. I have never had an issue with the Chief Justice. The IG has never had an issue with the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice is one of the most, for the comfort of the country, the Chief Justice is among public officers who are properly taken care of in terms of her security. I know the manual says that she is entitled to 6 police officers as her bodyguards, but the Chief Justice has been given up to 32 police officers. And of the 32, only the ones who are promoted and called to go for training were 3 of them. She was concerned about 2 of our officers attached to her and the driver. And we, unfortunately, that misunderstanding, the IG thought he was doing a favor to the officers who are working with the Chief Justice by promoting them. It appears now that same favor has hit the IG hard. Ordinarily, the Chief Justice should have called the IG to say thank you very much for promoting my officers. But unfortunately, it has gone the other way. We want to assure the Chief Justice that that was a small matter. It didn't necessitate raising alarm. People now think all over the world that there is a scheme somewhere to deny the Chief Justice security.
So the likes of Gomel and Aola and others, if you wanted these guys to be dealt with sacafoniously, just restore back Rigiji's wings, utaona difference. Rigijis knows how to deal with these people. But I've just heard of Rigijis. Before people, I think people did get Rigiji hakumwelewa vizuri when he just joined the government. People thought maybe he's just mtu hajielewi, somebody who does his own things in his own way. I've come to understand Rigiji is somebody, if given something, he'll tell you this is black and white. Yani he's more open. Anajitanga truthful man. I've come to learn that. So, you guys, if you wanted these, guys to be dealt with properly, give back Regi's wings. Atawalima vibaya sana. He will put them where they belong. He will place them in their right corner. So guys, see you in the next video. I've been your host, David Chams. Maybe though, if you're watching us for the first time, listening for the first time, please remember to subscribe to that channel. And also we have our notification button. Do not forget to go hit that so that whenever we update political news, vlogs, human talks, you'll be the first to be, get updated and get fully updates. I've been your host, David Chams. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.